friends, let me ask you something. Have you ever looked in the mirror and felt the weight of someone else's scorn pressing down on your shoulders? It's that haunting sensation that someone's voice, dripping with negativity, is echoing in the back of your mind and shaping your every step. You sense it in the way your heart races when their name pops up on your phone. You feel it in the tension across your chest when their eyes are on you, as though they're waiting for you to slip, deep inside. That these individuals aren't adding value to your life. They aren't fueling your dreams or nurturing your self-confidence. Yet somehow, they hold a piece of your attention, a portion of your energy, a slice of your identity. And you might be asking yourself, why can't I just let go? Why do I keep reacting to them over and over as though I've forgotten who I am? I believe that in 2025, we don't have time for pointless battles or trivial drama. We've got too many dreams to chase, too many goals to fulfill, and too many lives to touch. Yet if you let the wrong voices occupy your mind, you'll miss your calling. You'll forget your strength, your passion, and your ability to persevere. You'll waste your precious hours crafting a response to someone who doesn't deserve your breath. You'll let your emotions spiral, caught in the trap of reacting instead of creating, giving instead of growing, loving instead of living. Life, my friends, is far too short for that. Now, I'm not telling you to confront them with rage or lash out in public. No, I'm telling you not to react, to cut them off silently, because there's something so powerful in a quiet retreat from toxic influence. Imagine you're standing on a stage, pouring your heart out in a performance you've prepared for months. But in the corner, there's a cynic folding their arms, shaking their head, maybe even booing under their breath. If you let your eyes linger on that person, you might miss your cue. You might falter on your lines, forgetting that there's an entire audience out there rooting for you. Don't react. Keep delivering your lines with soul and truth. Let the cynics stand alone in their negativity. You focus on uplifting everyone else with your performance, including yourself. Cutting them off silently doesn't mean you're running away. It means you're choosing to value yourself enough to step away from harm. It's an act of self-preservation, an acknowledgement of your worth. It's saying, I will not expend my energy on your negativity because my energy is precious. My voice matters. My dreams matter. My peace of mind matters. This is a bold, purposeful decision. It's about walking forward on your path without turning around, without whispering a farewell, because sometimes silence is the most powerful statement you can make. You might be worried that by doing so, you'll appear weak or complacent. But here's the truth. Real strength is knowing when not to fight. Real courage is found in the choice to keep your spirit clean, your mind clear, and your purpose alive. I'm challenging you to stand tall in who you are, to trust yourself enough to step away from anyone whose words belittle you, whose actions drain you, whose intentions hold you back. Because at the end of the day, you have a journey to complete, and it's your responsibility to protect that journey at all costs. If you stay entangled in other people's negativity, you'll never travel as far as you're meant to go. So don't react. Cut them off silently. and watch how your life transforms. Let's dive deeper into why this silent severance matters, how it works in real life scenarios, and what you can do to apply it effectively in your world. Because it's not just about protecting yourself, it's about unleashing the greatness within you that deserves to shine. It's about giving your time and attention to those who truly want the best for you. And it's about ensuring you reach 2025 and every year beyond in the fullness of your potential, stepping confidently into the greatness that's been waiting for you all along. So let me ask another question. Are you ready to stop letting their noise dictate your emotions? Are you ready to reclaim your power and walk away in silence? Are you ready to step into your future unburdened by the voices that never cared to see you win? If you are, then let's talk about it really means to disconnect from toxicity with poise and purpose, to stand in your own light, and to trust that your silence can speak louder than any argument ever could. I want you to hold on to that thought as we move forward. Keep your mind open, keep your heart ready, and prepare yourself for a shift in perspective. Because in these next moments, we're going to tackle the art of choosing silence over noise, power over petness, and forward motion over endless friction. We're going to get real. We're going to get honest. And we're going to create a blueprint for a life that isn't defined by the people who want to drag us down, but rather by the purpose that calls us higher. That, my friends, is the journey we'll embark on together. Now, let's talk about the first crucial insight. You see, many of us have been taught that when someone challenges us, we must challenge them right back. It's in our cultural narrative: stand up, fight, never back down. But let me offer an alternative perspective. Sometimes the most dignified response is no response at all. Silence can be your fortress. Silence can be your sanctuary. Silence can be your greatest statement of self-respect. And here's why. Too often, when you react, you're handing them your emotional strings. You're dancing to their tune, playing into their trap, and draining your own reservoir of strength. By responding, you're underlining their relevance in your life. By getting tangled up in their web of negativity, you allow them to dictate how you feel and where your energy flows. And that, my friends, is a victory they don't deserve. So how do you do it? First, you recognize the toxins in your environment. You study the patterns of those who always seem to have something sarcastic or dismissive to say. You pay attention to the knots in your stomach when you see their messages flash across your phone. You note that uneasy feeling that rises whenever they stroll into the room. Maybe it's a coworker who can't stand your achievements, always muttering snide remarks under their breath. Maybe it's a so-called friend who belittles your ambitions, calling you unrealistic or naive. Maybe it's a family member who refuses to see the greatness in your eyes. Whoever it is, once you pinpoint their destructive frequency, you make a decision. I'm not going to engage with this energy anymore. Next, you put it into practice. You start small. Maybe you limit contact. You no longer answer every text or call. You don't jump into every argument they spark. You let the noise pass through you like a gust of wind that shakes the trees, but never uproots them. You train your mind to remain calm when their provocations roll in. You take a deep breath, remind yourself of your purpose, and then you move on to something productive, something that fulfills you. Does that mean they'll notice your distance? Yes, they might. And they might try to stir the pot, get a rise out of you, or manipulate you into reacting. But silence is your power move. Silence means they can't read your emotions and they can't siphon your strength. Now, I know some of you might be asking, but Denzel, what if it's someone close to me, someone I can't just cut out of my life entirely? Let me be clear. Cutting someone off silently isn't always about physical distance or permanent estrangement. Sometimes it's about creating healthy boundaries in your mind. You can be in the same room with them and still deny them the satisfaction of controlling your mood. You refuse to let their words take root in your spirit. You set an invisible border around your peace. That's the essence of silent detachment. It's a fortress you carry within you, protecting your joy, your mission, your legacy. When you master that, nothing they do can break you down. You can share space with them, but you won't share your heart. And what happens if you don't embrace this approach? Consider the alternative. You stay locked in a never-ending cycle of reaction and regret. You give them free admission to your mental stage. You let them steal the spotlight in your story, overshadowing your goals, your happiness, your progress. Before you know it, you're chasing arguments and fueling fires that were never yours to put out in the first place. You lose time and energy you can't get back. You lose focus. You lose momentum. My friends, that is the cost of reacting. That is the price you pay for letting negativity dictate your actions. And in 2025, with all the opportunities unfolding before us, can you really afford that price? That's why it's crucial to embrace silent detachment. Because what you focus on grows. You want your dreams to flourish, not your battles. You want your confidence to soar, not your insecurities. You want your relationships to thrive, not crumble under resentment. By choosing silence, you're saying, I'm done letting you rent space in my head. You're reclaiming your time, your mental clarity, and your emotional well-being. That's the shift. That's the transformation. And that's how you step into 2025, whole and unburdened, ready to tackle the goals that truly matter. Because when you cut them off silently, you're not just preserving your peace, you're paving a path for your greatness. Let's anchor that lesson deep within you as we venture on. Now, let's look at another profound reason you should master the art of not reacting, the legacy you're building. Every step you take, every move you make, you're writing a chapter in the story of your life. Imagine you reach the end of your days and look back at a narrative full of arguments, petty feuds, and wasted energy. How would that make you feel? It's not the story you want to tell, is it? You want a story of perseverance, of passion, of purpose fulfilled. That story is shaped by the choices you make right now, by the ways you handle negativity, how you navigate adversity, and how you protect your spirit from those who seek to diminish it. Let me tell you a quick story to illustrate this. Years ago, I knew a talented young man, brilliant actor, writer, full of potential, but he had a circle of friends that constantly tore him down. They'd tell him he was chasing illusions, that he'd never get the big break. They mocked him for being too hopeful. And he always reacted. He fought them at every corner, argued day in and day out, trying to prove himself. It exhausted him. By the time he landed a small role, he was so emotionally drained from defending his dreams that he couldn't fully enjoy his success. He told me, "I spent so much time arguing with them, I forgot how to believe in myself without their permission." That cut deep. He realized that if he'd simply chosen to walk away, to remain silent in the face of their doubts, he would have saved himself a world of heartache and kept his creative fire burning brighter. He eventually learned, but it came at a steep cost. Years of spilled energy and frayed nerves. Don't make that mistake. Don't spend your future fighting ghosts that don't belong in your story. Here's the powerful truth. When you cut off negative forces silently, you're not just removing toxic elements. You're creating space for the right people, the right opportunities, and the right mindset. It's like clearing out a garden of weeds to make room for healthy flowers to flourish. But it doesn't happen overnight. You must be consistent in your commitment to guard your peace. When those people try to creep back in with a sly comment or a nasty piece of gossip, you stand firm. You let their words float by. You remind yourself of your mission. You invest your time in growth, connection, and creativity. Gradually, you start noticing how your entire environment shifts. The air gets lighter, your days become more purposeful, and the tension in your chest starts to melt away because you're no longer locked in that tug of war between your dreams and their hostility. You're free. You're liberated to focus on the path that leads to your destiny. Of course, nothing worth having is ever easy. You'll face resistance from others and maybe from yourself. There will be moments of doubt. You might catch yourself wanting to snap back, to prove them wrong, to show them who's boss. But take a breath. Remember your worth. Ask yourself, is this reaction going to help me, or will it hinder me? If the answer is it'll steal your time, your joy, your energy, then let it go. Let them have the last word. Let them believe whatever they want. Because your life is not a courtroom where you must argue your case to the bitter end. Your life is your masterpiece, and you don't owe an explanation to anyone who's not cheering you on. So I challenge you. Shift your thinking from victim to victor. This isn't about running. This isn't about hiding. This is about choosing a different battlefield. One where you fight for your peace of mind rather than wrestling with their negativity. Don't let them see you break a sweat. Don't let them sense they've crawled under your skin. Keep that core of composure, because there's tremendous power in quiet strength. It's a statement that says, I'm unshaken by your noise, and I refuse to let it define me. That's how you stand tall. That's how you move gracefully through life. That's how you preserve your spirit for the battles that truly matter. Now, let's bring it together. Let's pull all these lessons into one place and then build toward a final rallying call that will send you out those doors ready to conquer whatever 2025 throws your way. Because while silence can protect action, will propel you. We're not just about dodging bullets. We're about forging a life so strong and vivid that negativity doesn't stand a chance. The question is, are you ready to take that next step? Before you answer, think of everything we've covered so far. We started by acknowledging that there are toxic people who cling to us like anchors, weighing us down with their comments, cynicism, and constant drama. We explored how reacting to them only fuels their hold on us, tethering our potential to their bitterness. We uncovered the psychological shift that happens when we decide not to react, discovering that silent detachment is a powerful fortress that guards our dreams, our energy, and our sense of self-worth. We saw how important is to cultivate an environment where only those who uplift us get to claim our attention. And we learned the cost of ignoring this wisdom: regret, fatigue, and missed opportunities. Now, I want to gather these threads and knit them into a unified vision for your future. Visualize yourself 1 year from now, 2 years from now, maybe standing on this very stage, telling your own story of transformation. You speak with confidence about how you cut off the negative voices and harness that freed up energy to tackle your goals. Picture the breakthroughs you'll experience, the friends you'll meet, and the path you'll pave when you no longer carry the burden of someone else's negativity. Feel the weight lift from your shoulders as you realize your dreams are now flowing unobstructed, fueled by your unwavering focus and unstoppable willpower. Let that vision sink in. That's what cutting them off silently can do. It's not about harming anyone. It's about healing yourself. It's about giving yourself permission to thrive without apology, to soar without a second glance at those who never believed in you. This is your life we're talking about. You only get one, and the clock is ticking. So choose wisely. You can either spend the precious hours of your day, react to people who don't value you, or you can spend them building a future that does justice to the greatness inside you. The difference lies in a simple yet profound decision. Will you stay entangled in their drama, or will you walk away in silence, head held high, heart set on the path you deserve? I hope you choose the latter. I hope you choose yourself. Because once you do, you'll wonder why you ever wasted a second on those who tried to dim your light. So here's my final plea. In 2025, let's rise above. Let's be the generation that refuses to be defined by negativity. Let's be known for our resilience, our compassion, and our unstoppable drive. And when someone asks us how we handle those who doubt us, let's answer with a gentle smile and a graceful pause. Because we've learned the art of not reacting. We've learned that silence can be a shield, a weapon, and a statement all at once. We've learned that when we protect our peace, we feed our passion, and from passion, greatness is born. Now take a deep breath. Let the tension in your muscles loosen. Feel your heartbeat steady. You've come a long way in understanding the power of silent detachment. You've listened, you've reflected, you've envisioned a better future. The next step is action. Tonight, tomorrow, next week, whenever you find yourself under attack or burdened by someone's negativity, choose a different path. Don't feed the flame. Don't spark a new argument. Don't hand them the remote control to your emotions. Instead, pull back. Detach. Smile inside, knowing you're the one who's truly in control. That's how you maintain your dignity, your direction, and your destiny. And if you ever feel tempted to slip, to lash out, to break that silence, remember why you started. Remember the dream that compels you forward. Think of the people who genuinely believe in you, who are rooting for you to succeed, who love you just the way you are. Those are the voices that deserve your attention. Those are the ones who need your energy. Cherish them. Nurture them. Let the rest drift away like leaves carried off by a soft wind. For in that letting go, you gain so much more. You gain clarity. You gain strength. You gain the space to become everything you were meant to be. So I leave you with this. Don't react. Cut them off silently in 2025. Do it out of love for yourself and respect for your journey. Do it to claim the future that's already calling your name. Do because your light deserves to shine unclouded by anyone else's storm. And when you walk out of here, I want you to carry that conviction in your step. I want you to remember that you are the architect of your own life story, and nobody, absolutely nobody, gets to rewrite your destiny without your permission. My friends, I stand before you as living proof that with faith, determination, and the courage to sever ties with what doesn't serve you, there's no limit to what you can achieve. I've seen it in my own life. I've seen it in the lives of countless people who chose silence over noise, purpose over pettiness, and progression over stagnation. And I want the same for you. So as we bring this talk to a close, I urge you to make that decision today, right now. Cut off the toxic ties. Keep your head high. Keep your heart open to the ones who genuinely care, and keep marching forward into 2025 and beyond with unstoppable resolve. Remember that your silence can speak volumes, that your future is worth safeguarding, and that your dreams are waiting on the other side of this choice. Take that step. Embrace the power of silent detachment, and watch as your life unfolds into something far greater than you ever imagined. I'm rooting for you. Let's make it happen together.